My, have the tables turned. But of course, mainstream media is not going to show you guys this. You do not want to miss this. What is going on, folks? I appreciate you guys all being here. I'm Ty Smith. Thank you for viewing my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. Do me a favor, make sure you follow me on all the platforms you see up here and down here, all right? And clicking this right here, I know, I say it every video, it does help my channel. It also recommends my videos to you, the viewing people of this channel, all right? Really appreciate that, folks, because there seemed to be some strange stuff going on with the channel as of late. Yeah, trust me when I tell you, numbers have almost come to a halt because YouTube caught on to that free-thinking Negro right there who's not saying the things we want him to say. So we're not going to put the videos out there for people to see. Trust me when I tell you. So make sure you double check to see that you still are subscribed to the channel. Okay? All that good stuff. Yada, peanut butter, right? Appreciate it. Okay, y'all. We do know about this case that was just one of the biggest things that hit, and it was Judge Engoron, the creepy judge who was going after Trump, had Trump guilty before he heard any evidence, wouldn't let Trump lawyers speak, say nothing, sit down, shut up, just take this fine. Him and, white, black, and particularly fat Letitia James went after Donald Trump, tried to get him for all that money. We all know how the story goes. He ended up having to go into an appeals court, paying a whole lot less. Letitia James was pissed off about that. She still tried to come after the people that ended up giving him the appeals, saying they're not up to standard, blah, 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 blah. That got thrown out. Trump is in the clear so far, right? Now, then I showed you guys a video of Judge Engoron messing with some folks and harassing folks at a gym. Workout gym, right? Shout out to James O'Keefe for busting that out, right? Now, there is more to this story, but mainstream media is not going to want you guys to know about this, but you know your boy, I got y'all back. I got your back. Yeah. Trump fraud trial judge Arthur Engoron, however you say his name, under investigation for allegedly receiving unsolicited advice from high-profile lawyer before fining former President Trump of $454 million. Even right here, look how they try to word a former president, which one? A well-known New York City real estate lawyer has reportedly prompted the state of New York to investigate Judge Arthur Engoron after he claimed to have given the judge unsolicited advice. Engoron ordered former President Donald Trump in March to pay $454 million judgment after the 30 lenders turned him away. Trump, who frequently referred to Engoron as crazed and corrupt, posted a $175 million bond before a deadline to avoid asset seizure as he appeals the ruling. Adam Lippman Bailey, a New York real estate attorney, said at the time of the ruling in public that he spoke to Judge Engoron 3 weeks before the ruling and told him to get it right. A spokesman for Engoron denied the story and said he was wholly uninfluenced by Bailey, but the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct reportedly is looking into whether he violated any rules, according to NBC New York. Now, Bailey said in mid-February, you want to see who Judge Engoron again? Y'all see it right there. Lawyer says he tried to advise Trump's civil fraud judge. Let's see. Of course we get a commercial. I ain't about to watch this, y'all. Give me a second. You're going to blast it. Oh, you guys can't see it really anyway. So it's, you know what? I'll tell you what.
I-team investigation.
No, we're not about to watch all that. Bailey said in mid-February, the day of the ruling, that he's spoken with Engoron 3 weeks earlier. I saw him in the corner at the courthouse, and I told my client I need to go. I walked over and we started talking. I wanted him to know what I think and why I really want him to get it right. Bailey claims he's not a fan of Trump and is no way connected to any of the lawsuits or cases against President, but says he is litigated in front of Engoron hundreds of times. He claims he told Engoron to get the judgment right because a ruling levying such as a heavy fine against Trump could damage New York's economy. Bailey even claimed that Engoron had a lot of questions, about certain cases when they spoke. Engoron, through a spokesman, has vehemently denied any impropriety. Okay, so check this out. If there's been any denied of this impropriety, then are there any videos? Are there any videos where this happened at? Yeah, you know how they can pull the videos from everything else. Do that if they were in a public space. If his claims are right, get the videos. We all should be able to just be able to find some shape, form, or fashion to watch those and see if this actually happened. Because number one, if Engoron is denying that they spoke or anything like that at all, and we got videos of them speaking, yeah, liar. We already knew he's a crazy man anyway. Engoron, like I said, already read the part. No ex parte conversation concerning this matter occurred between Justice Engoron and Mr. Bailey or any other person. The decision Justice Engoron issued February 16 was his alone, was deeply considered, and was wholly uninfluenced by his individual, said Al Baker. Ex parte means a conversation between a lawyer and a judge without any of other personnel in a case present. And again, I say, if this is the truth, then why aren't we that's a funny face. I didn't even catch that, y'all. If this is the truth, let us see if there's any cameras that they can pull, which they definitely can, to see if this conversation did indeed happen. A few pictures there of all the cases and everything. A judge shall not initiate, permit, or consider ex parte communications or consider other communications made to the judge outside the presence of the parties or their lawyers. The New York State Rules of Judicial Conduct state. There is an exception for getting the advice of a disinterested expert. According to the multiple sources familiar with the case, the state's Commission on Judicial Conduct will consider whether Engoron broke any rules. Christopher Kise, who's worked on Trump's defense team and has been a frequent critic of Engoron, says if the allegations are true, it puts the entire case into question. The code doesn't provide an exception for, well, this is a small conversation, or, well, it didn't really impact me, or, well, this wasn't something that the judge, found significant, Kai said. No, the code is very clear. Bailey said in a follow-up interview that while Trump's name wasn't mentioned, obviously we weren't talking about the Mets. The investigation could take anywhere from months to over a year. Trump posted a $175 million bond in April in his New York civil fraud case, halting collection of more than $454 million he owes. The posted bond also prevents the state from seizing his assets to satisfy the debt while he appeals his case and overinflating the value of businesses, according to a court filing. Let me be clear. There were no victims. Everybody agreed on the terms that was at hand. Trump paid back his loan with interest like he was supposed to. And I don't know how you could take something. I mean, can you imagine if me and somebody made a business deal, an agreement, no matter what it is, we shook hands on it, we agreed that this is a good deal and we're going to go on with this thing, and somebody that's like an outside source just come in and say, you did something wrong, we're going to go after you. We both agreed on this. Anywho, a New York appellate court had given the former president 10 days to put up the money after a panel of judges agreed last month to slash the amount needed to stop the clock on enforcement. The bond Trump is posting with the court now is essentially a placeholder meant to guarantee payment if the judgment is upheld. If that happens, the presumptive Republican 2024 presidential nominee will have no pay the state the whole sum. He will have to pay the state the whole sum, which grows with daily interest. Should Trump win, he won't have to pay the state anything and will get back the money he has put up now. Until the appeals court intervened to the lower required bond, the New York Attorney General Letitia James had been poised to initiate efforts to collect the judgment, possibly seizing some of Trump's marquee properties. James, a Democrat, brought the lawsuit on the state's behalf. She had said if Trump hasn't made good on $454 million judge against me, y'all all know that, she was going to go after things. It says she also appears to be eyeing Trump's Westchester Golf Club in Seven Springs Estate, registering judgments in Westchester County. The former president was boiling over online at the protests. The state may act against him. He wrote a series of fundraising pitches telling New York to keep your filthy hands off Trump Tower. The court ruled after Trump lawyer complained it was practically impossible to get an underwriter to sign off on a bond, pretty much all of almost $500 million plus interest that he owes. Trump is fighting to overturn a judge's February 16 finding that he lied about his wealth and he fostered the real estate empire that launched him into stardom and the presidency. I think that might be all on this story right now. So anyway, the point in all of this, let's see, is that this is supposed to be a very well-educated, smart, witty, intelligent judge. And yet at the same time, you're finding that he actually is talking with somebody else and getting advice from somebody else about what he should or should not do on this case. Now, You may say to yourself, this is not a big deal, but it can be a big deal because, again, if the judge and his lawyer, or spokesperson is saying that this never happened, that this was just something they didn't speak on, if they were in a public place, can we please pull the cameras? Pull the cameras. Now, another thing. Yeah, this may not be that big of a deal to some, but what would happen if not social media, what would happen if mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, NBC, you guys, you know, PBS, you guys don't want to say anything about this story? Fox News, Newsmax, do y'all even know about it? Sky News, does anybody know about this whole deal? That it could have possibly influenced the way that the judge handled this? It can be a big deal, can it? Should they do it? But they're not going to do it. Why? Because they got other things to focus on now. They don't want to do this. They don't want to make them look bad in the light or anything like that. So anyway, with that being said, you guys let me know what you think by leaving it in the comments below after this video. Is it a big deal? Can it be a big deal? Is it just nothing? Whatever the case may be, leave it in the comments below, all right? Let me know what y'all think, okay? Don't forget, hit this right here before you guys get out of here so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm and that my content can constantly be recommended to you. Cell phones are appreciated only if you get into the contact list and let somebody know about this channel and encourage them to check it out and subscribe, all right? Appreciate it. I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.